I don't know how many of you know this out there, but in the United States, they stopped making pennies. That's right. The penny is no more. And I'm going to miss that little copper coin. I'll be honest with you. My grandfather used to collect pennies and all kinds of coins. Rest in peace. But today I want to talk about how, as pennies become a thing of the past, certain businesses are starting to gyp their customers. That's right. That's right. Look, I throw money away, practically. I don't care. I don't care about a penny as far as cost. I don't care about 2 cents. It's not unusual for me. In fact, just the other day, I went to a store where I think the amount of what I was purchasing came out to be $9.90. And I had a $10 bill, and I gave the $10 bill. I'm in a rush, and I just say, a lot of times, I say, if it's $9.90 or, $9.93 and $9.90, I say, here's a 10. Just don't worry about the change. Keep the change, So I don't care. I mean, a dime here, a dime there, a penny here, a penny there. I don't care. But what I do care about is when the people in the business try to rip you off, okay? For example, the other day, I went to Burger King. That's right, I went to Burger King. That's right. Yeah, yes, I did, okay? Anyway, I went there, got a burger and got a drink and whatever, and we won't get into the prices. The prices are insane. That's a whole other rant. But anyway, when I went up to the register, I was told, you could see it too, on the screen. Well, let's start with the screen. The screen said $10.73. I had a $10 bill and a single $11. So it said $10.73, and I took out the money, and she goes, okay, that'll be $10.75. And, so the idea is that I'm going to give you $11. You're going to give me back a quarter, 25 cents. And I said, this is, I don't really, I said to her, that's not really right. I said, I don't want to bother the person. She's only doing her job. I said to her, I know this is not your fault. You're just doing your job. I said, but I said, you're ripping off 2 cents from the customer. And I told her, I don't care about 2 cents. A nickel here, just like I explained to you people, I don't care, but it's the principle of the thing. If it says 10.73, don't you tell me 10.75. No. That's going to piss a lot of people off. I know they're trying to not deal with pennies anymore. You got to have to do something, I don't know, change your pricing so that after tax it comes out to 10.75 or something. Do something, but don't take the amount that's on the register and decide you're going to up round it. You're going to round it up. Don't you round it up on my tab. And it's not just a fast food place that's doing this. Everybody's doing this, whether it's a drugstore or wherever it is. Everybody's doing this. They take the liberty of rounding it up to save them the hassle with the pennies, right? Oh, no. How about rounding it down? Huh? Instead of charging $10.73 with the tax, how about $10.70? Huh? $10.70. And then, instead of giving me back a quarter, you give me back a quarter and a nickel, 30 cents. How about rounding down? I just think customers in general would take more kindly to that. It's a slap in the face to customers. You don't upcharge something from what it says on the register. That just has a very negative connotation to it. Like I say, I don't care. I say, here, keep the dime, keep the nickel. I don't care, but that's my decision. When I do that, when I choose to round up, that's my decision. You don't make that decision for me. You don't demand that I spend more than it says on the screen. No way, This woman, when I told her about it, she said, yeah, I know, we got some problems. She said, why, the other day, a man came in here through the drive-thru to get a quick burger or something. He came through the drive-thru, she said, and he said that he's going to file a complaint. This is outrageous. And he's actually literally going to file a complaint. She said, can you imagine that? She says to me, a complaint over 2 cents. I get it. But it's not the amount. It's the whole idea of it. It just rubs customers the wrong way. like I said, if you take the hit and you go round it down, make it 1070 instead of 1073, at least that way the customer doesn't feel taken advantage of. And God knows that, Mr. Burger King up in the sky, or Mr. CVS drugstore, or Mr. whoever's the head, God knows they've got billions and billions and billions of dollars. You people can afford to take the loss. Don't push it onto the customers. The retiree that has a limited income, or the working stiff that's trying to make ends meet. Don't take it out on us. Don't hit us with the tab. So that's bull crap, okay? So anyway, that's my rant for today. The penny is going to be a thing of the past. They're still in circulation. Not all stores are doing this, I find, but some stores are just saying, the hell with these pennies, pay more. Screw that! Rant over for today.